to Stinker, Drinker, Thinker. We're three guys who pour some pours, make some cocktails, and we get drunk in no time.
That's the slogan now.
Especially when we film 2 episodes in one night, and the first one's a Mattisode where he brings us 7 million Irish whiskeys.
It's a Matt week.
Yeah. We have a ranking system, and we drink, and we tell you how it tastes. So welcome to our channel or your favorite podcast platform. Hit the button, or I'll kill you and your family.
Off to a great start.
Off to a great start. No, seriously, appreciate all of you. We'll only kill your families. So
not you. We'll spare you so you can subscribe.
What's my name? What's my name?
What's my mother? Anthony Longano, everyone.
I am your host, Anthony Longano. I am joined by my 2 beautiful co-hosts. Bar manager at Connor's Rooftop Bar in beautiful downtown Fort Wayne, Indiana, looking over the minor league baseball stadium because that's all we have here. Troy the Body of Glotty. Troy, say something.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello. Hey, it's Troy.
Hello. Thank you all.
And then there's Matt. So
hey, hi. How you doing? Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Yeah, we're coming off an episode where we drank a bunch of Irish whiskey for the first time in a while on here. We did something besides bourbon, which is kind of refreshing. I haven't really tasted anything besides bourbon, and I've been on a little bit of a bourbon kick myself, drinking a lot of it. Troy, I know for a fact that me and Troy both got a bottle of Buffalo Trace for $24 the other day, and both of our bottles are half gone.
The store pick?
No, I didn't open the store pick. I got 3 bottles of Buffalo Trace on the same day, and only one of them I bought in person. It's weird how that works, isn't it?
Yep.
Got friends in low places. Yeah, I got a bottle of Master's Keep. I got a 4 Roses store pick, and 2 bottles of Buffalo Trace.
That's insane.
Yeah. Anyway, excited for that Master's Keep. We're gonna do some gobble gobble coming up here in a few weeks. Right around Thanksgiving, you'll see a Russell's 13 and the new Master's Keep Unforgiven. Right? Is that what it's called?
Unforgotten? Unforgiven?
I
give thanks.
I don't know.
Thanks.
I've been listening to Metallica today,
okay.
so Unforgiven's in my head. James Hetfield, he'll be dead soon. Rest in peace, James. I love him. He was my idol growing up.
I know.
Anyway, but what are we doing today, Matt?
Oh, what are we doing? Well, I got back from Virginia 48 hours ago. Oh my God. We're recording this, and had a lovely time. We stopped at some distilleries, some wineries, and I brought home some treats for y'alls.
I like everything I've drank from Virginia.
We
did some Courage and Conviction a few months back, and we thought that was some of the best whiskey we've ever drank on here.
Yeah, it was very good. The cuvee finished.
Cuvee. And then we had it again later, and we were like, yeah, this is kind of okay.
Yeah.
Weird how that works.
Yeah. That worked.
What's Virginia like?
Virginia is beautiful. We went, I don't know when you're listening to this, probably, and beginning of November, maybe. But we went mid-October, and around peak leaf peeping season time, and much unlike Fort Wayne, where it's very flat, Virginia is like rolling hills and huge mountains, and like your car has to like have a little bit of get up, or you ain't getting up the mountain. But it is gorgeous. I would highly recommend if you like nature and pretty decent whiskey and some okay wines. Check it out. The only thing that sucks there, well, is the allocation and how it works, and the actual state liquor laws are fucking weird.
Yeah, we've talked about that on here before. The government basically sends out an email saying, hey, doing allocated drops at this place.
And I did it. I went for it.
You tried.
Okay, so I got there. I was like, cool. I'll go to a VA-ABC store, Virginia liquor store, and I'll just see what they got. I don't know. Maybe they got something cool. Most of the stores are really small, and they kind of suck. They have some cool local stuff, but every store I went into, and I went to a few, I would say, hey, cool, what do you have that's local? Like, what should I try? Like, what whiskey is good? And the responses were somewhere between, hey, do we have any local Virginia whiskey? To, it's not very good.
You ever have Fireball?
Someone asked me, I don't mean bless her heart like in a bad way. Like, she was a super nice lady. But she said, oh, have you tried this? And she tried to give me Angel's Envy for a local Virginia distillery. I'm like, all right.
All right.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Anyway.
So what'd you bring us?
So I brought a few things. So we'll kind of go through the, I guess my trip in order. happens to kind of work out that way. So it's about a 10.5-hour drive. We got 8 hours in. We needed some gas, and we saw a sign that said Smooth Ambler. And we're like, we need gas. It's 5 miles away. Let's check it out. So we went to the Smooth Ambler tasting room. They do a lot of MGP sourcing stuff. They do their own stuff. And this is one of the first releases they came out with that is all of their own stuff.
Excited
So
for that.
this is cask strength bourbon from a Smooth Ambler. And we'll give it a shot.
Let's do it.
Yeah. The tasting room is pretty cool. It's a little small, but very hospitable people there.
Have a pour of Smooth Ambler. I'm copying the Bourbon Pursuit podcast. They always have an ad for it at the beginning, you know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, Kenny's always like, had a long day. Have a pour of Smooth Ambler.
Will it be smooth or will it just be an Ambler? That's the question. No one knows.
What is an Ambler?
I don't know. I don't know.
What's the distillery like? It's nice?
It's pretty nice. It's a small little place. It's seemingly like they essentially did what most people do is they source for a while until they had their own whiskey, and then they essentially started blending their own as it got aged. They came out with their own. So this is the third batch ever. That's 6 years old. So, yeah, it's like a tasting room, and you can just do a full tasting of all their stuff, and for free, which is crazy.
That's cool.
And yeah, they're just like. The guys are super down to earth, just like, we just like making whiskey, and that's what we're going to do. Like, we don't really care about impressing anybody, seemingly. We just, like, want to make good whiskey. So, we'll see if this is any good. I actually have not tried this particular one. I tried all the other ones, so. See if it's any good.
Yeah, I mean, it smells like bourbon. It's got a little bit of, definitely get a lot of char. Almost like an ashiness, even on the nose. It's almost like a smoke type, like a wet firewood type of smell going on. Are you getting that, Troy? Open your mouth.
No, I'm just kidding.
And this is technically West Virginia, it looks like.
Like campfire coal type of, you know?
I'll allow it.
Yeah. It's kind of concerning, honestly.
It's funny. It's like it's kind of what I get out of youthful whiskey. Kind of get those weird notes. It's like a charred peanut.
What's the proof?
Cask strength. I don't know. Let's see. 61.17.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell just by the color, first and foremost, but that it's uncut. Kind of reminds me of like a little bit of like a sweeter Booker's, a little bit.
Yeah,
but it's definitely a high char barrel. It's not as like overcharred as like that burnt Penelope Architect that we did.
Mm-hmm. It is kind of like a burnt peanut shell, kind of. And the reason I got a few from them.
It is very good.
Is because like on their tasting, they're just like, all right, we're doing quick, and I did like 7 small pours, back to back. Like, I can't taste any of this, so I'm glad I could try it in a little bit more of a controlled setting.
Yeah, I mean it's hot, but it's not overpowering. Beautiful sweet leather, tons of oak. There's just like a hidden little bit of like a brown sugar thing going on.
Yeah.
Maybe some vanilla, but bourbon.
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's like you toasted it's not marshmallowy, but it's like you toasted a marshmallow over like direct like oak chips or something like that, and then just like eat the skin off of it.
It just reminds me if you went camping and it rained, you know?
That's interesting, yeah.
It's weird how a taste can make you feel or trigger a memory. When camping on Labor Day weekend, one weekend with about 10 people, and it just rained the whole fucking weekend, and that's what it smells like. Good smell. Fall-time smell. So,
Troy, what are you thinking?
I have nothing bad to say about it.
Okay.
I think I think it smells of burnt oak and vanilla and spice. Not really too much else other than maybe some caramel. And maybe, I don't know, I do think there's like some more graham cracker stuff going on. It's nice and powerful, but I think it's just great.
Just great.
Drinker?
Yeah. But I'm not the most enthusiastic about calling this a drinker. It is a drinker, but because it's not a stinker and it's not a thinker.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's just neutral. I think it is a drinker. It's unimpressive, but it's bourbon, and it's barrel strength bourbon. It tastes like bourbon. It's good.
It is bourbon.
Yep, and it is the only thing unique about it is like that campfire type of burnt. It's very burnt oak. But I think the finish is probably the most. If anything was impressive, I think the finish is most impressive. It's still sitting there. It's got like a vanilla extract type of just sweetness sitting there lingering. But I just think it's a drinker. And I'm for a first pour of smooth Ambler. I would be very open minded.
Yeah, I think for being their own stuff too. Because I mean, I've tried the stuff. They're blending things with the contradiction things, and I've tried just their MGP source stuff, and it's been pretty okay. But yeah, I think this is definitely better than I was expecting, quite frankly. I'm gonna say drinker, and I think I would actually enjoy it more in a cube.
Yeah, I think so.
I think this would hold up well to a cube. I think the smokiness and the probably more marshmallow would come out. Yeah.
Rainy fall day on a cube.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd just be in a log cabin next to a fireplace. I don't know, but
dang.
Let's do one more. Let's take a break.
Okay.
What do you got next for us?
So, I didn't bring. So next on our tour, or next on our Virginia tour, we actually went to Bowman. And I didn't bring any of their stuff just because we've tried most of it. We had the Isaac Bowman, which we know is good. We've tried John J. Bowman. I think we did it on the March Madness bracket. And they didn't have any like their Abraham Bowman. They do or whatever they do at the end of the year, and it's allocation. And you have to wait in line for 2 days or whatever. So not everything unique from them. I kind of want to bring more unique stuff. So next stop after that was the famed Virginia Distilling Company, which we have loved historically on here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is I think it was distillery exclusive because they don't have them anymore. So this is what they call a brewer's batch. And this is, they do, different lines of their whiskey. One of them is when they take, Scotch and blend it with their own malt. And then this is one that's finished in a local brewery, which is called 3 Stars Brewing Company, which went out of business. This is literally this is all they have left. This is the 4th batch they did with them. And so it's finished in a barrel-aged ale.
Interesting.
Yep.
I like ale.
Yeah.
At least the brewery was humble.
Went for 3 stars.
3 stars instead of 5 stars, you know?
They knew what they were about.
Yeah. It's like, we're going to go out of business soon anyway. Might as well just give ourselves a 3-star ranking on Yelp and move on.
Yeah, so they say it's finished in beer cask and married together. Yeah, with their own. Yeah. Yep. So I believe they gave them a used whiskey barrel. They gave it back to them, then they finished it. Back in
It's kind of like what Westland does with the cask exchange stuff, too.
Yeah. Yep.
I miss Westland. I haven't tasted Westland in a long time.
Tired trying now. I'm pouring this. I know it hurts your heart.
No, it's fine.
We don't do the bottle pops anymore. I don't pour anymore.
It's 1.5 episodes where we haven't done a bottle pop and Troy hasn't poured. Your job now is to pour for people, so I'm trying to give you it's your day off.
Relax.
Yeah, relax.
Yeah, relax.
Yeah, hey, relax. So I will say before we get into this, just a quick shout out to the people at Virginia Distilling because they were awesome. We did like the VIP tour and nobody else had signed up for it that day.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So they're just just me and Kate on the tour by ourselves, and so Raul just kind of guided us around, and then we got in the car. We got to go see all the rick houses and stuff, and it's pretty awesome. So Raul and Sam,
they put you in a car?
Yeah, we really got in a car to drive to, like, because it's kind of a far walk, so they're just like, yeah, let's get in the car and go drive there and, like, hang out.
Was it a Ferrari?
No, I think it was a Jeep. But
it's a Jeep?
Like one of the
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
It's like Jurassic Park Jeep.
Yeah.
You just see, like, fucking bourbon barrels, Tyrannosaurus Rexes walking around.
Yeah. But I did, I think, or if it works out, timing-wise, we'll probably have maybe one of them on the podcast.
That'd be awesome.
So
that'd be really cool. Be happy to have them.
They had a cool tour. And you got to try all their single barrel stuff. And
I don't think we've had a single malt distillery on here yet. Well, I mean, Murph.
Technically, yeah. I mean, quintessential, but I mean, they do.
I mean, it just smells delicious, as always. Smells like love butter.
Love butter. Does it smell like, I mean, I'm just thinking yeast and beer. Like, it smells more yeasty than,
I think that might be the color. It looks like a flat beer, the color of it.
Yeah.
You know? It's very yellow.
Like a pale straw.
Yeah.
Yellow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good. It's not their most impressive work, at least that I've tried. The Current and Conviction stuff is fucking fantastic.
Right.
You know? But it's a good bottle to have.
It tastes a lot like a beer. I mean, I know it's like silly to say, but
it really does.
It really does taste like a flat beer.
It's flat beer,
like almost like a Scotch ale, like
a barley ale.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Malted barley ale. Maybe that's what 3 stars did wrong. Maybe they'd be 5 stars if they had a malted barley ale.
They could be going by the Michelin Guide.
Oh, then they're like super ultra fancy.
How did that go for them? They're closed.
3 stars. Well,
yeah.
No, pandemic, that'll happen.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Pandemic wasn't real.
Pandemic.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, sorry everybody.
I was just joking. Pandemic was very real.
Very, very real. Anyway, back to the whiskey. Holy shit.
Sorry, it's Matt's fault, guys.
It's just not. Troy, what do you think? This is a Highland. Looks like it's a Highland Scotch they use.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. This is a marriage of Scotch.
Oh.
And their stuff.
I feel like Troy.
Together.
You probably you said this already, and I totally missed it.
Well, I kind of allude to that, where this is like they do different options. So they do just their stuff. They do a line of whiskey, which are these looking bottles. They call it sorry, I forgot the name, VA something H, whatever. But they do blended bottles essentially, which are some of their stuff, some of the other stuff. And as their stuff ages, they do less of the other stuff, more of their stuff. But yeah, this is blend. It's a marriage.
That would explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean I get that.
It's kind of some honey. I smell a bit of hot toddy.
Yeah, I can see you making a hot toddy with this. Hot Scotty.
Scotchy.
Hot Scotty.
Scotty. Oh, Scotty Too Hottie? Nice.
Scotty Too Hottie, dude? Dude, you should make a hot totty called the Scotty Too Hottie. And it's Scotch.
Scotty Too Hottie. Scotty Too
hot
Toddy?
toddy.
Scotty Too Toddy.
It's fucking brilliant.
Scotty Too Toddy.
Scotty Too Hottie.
I'll borrow this. I'll let you borrow this.
I think some people out there, they have like their Snapchat streaks with people, right? Like our friend Alden and his brother are on like 4,000 straight days of Snapchat. I think we have an episode streak of talking about WWF, like Attitude Era Wrestling.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Which was so fucking bad, but I loved it so much. Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna be blunt and honest here. This is not bad whiskey. I obviously think this is a weird one-off expression for them. That's not a core product, obviously.
Right. I didn't bring. Yeah, I want to bring more unique stuff.
And we've done core products and good stuff from them on here. So I don't feel bad saying this, but I just think this is a stinker.
Really?
It's very drinkable, but my expectation for them is very high, and so that's gonna.
You don't think it's a stinker drinker at least?
It's a stinker drinker, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's a stinker drinker. It can definitely go in the infinite drinker if it gets one more vote. Let's put it that way. But yeah, not my favorite expression from them. If you're at the distillery and it's there, grab it. I think it's fine to have one. It's definitely a one-off type of bottle, but not something I would grab if it was on my shelf or hunt. Or
it's definitely more of a unique, like it's limited. It's never gonna exist again.
It's not like a I can't wait to get home and drink the fucking Virginia Distilling 3-star.
Yeah, Brewers batch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I think could. Yeah, I mean, we've done, like I said, we beat this dead horse already, but like we've done the Courage Conviction stuff. We've done all this, like all their stuff is amazing. And I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like the bar for us at least is so high. That's
And
almost a little
also,
unfair.
Like, that
but-
distillery has like such a cool story in general.
Yeah, I know.
If you guys want to hear about that, we have an episode about that.
Honor thy father. I believe it's
Honor
called.
thy father.
Something,
Yeah, and it's really cool backstory. Really, just grassroots type of company that they make great shit. So I feel bad even putting a stinker remark on here, but that's what we do. We tell the truth. So that's what I'm gonna do. So stinker drinker for me, Matt.
I am going. I actually kind of enjoy it. I'm thinking it like a beer, and I rather enjoy it. I don't necessarily love it.
You want me to put it through the soda stream upstairs?
Kinda
Yeah.
carbonated would be interesting. Please no.
I was thinking about putting it in my Camelback.
I thought. I mean, you have like a fucking $2,500 seltzer system at your house.
Oh, yeah.
I offered you a soda stream on my kitchen counter. I thought maybe you'd at least gawk at that a little bit. But
Oh no, I don't. To each his own. To each, Some people have wives that require 5 gallons of seltzer water per day. It's just what happens. Man, this is actually a pretty tough one to classify for me. Because I enjoy drinking it. I don't think it's super thinkery. I'm just gonna go drinker. I like it more than I thought I would. And it's kind of grown on me as well. So I'm gonna go drinker.
Drinker here.
thanks for your input.
You're welcome.
Cracker break. Joking, Troy. Can you give us some fucking takes on it?
I'll give you some fucking takes on it.
Give me some fucking takes.
Fucking. Yeah, I really do think it's almost eerily hot toddy-ish. I'm not just saying that. Every time I put my nose in it, it smells like a little bit of like honey and candy lemon. It's weird.
Do you like a lot of tea too?
Tea too?
Tea too?
Do I like tea?
I mean, you get tea notes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Like putting your
kinda tea?
nose in brown things.
Jesus. Continue, Troy.
seriously, you guys just don't get slapped in the face with honey.
I do.
I get a little bit of it.
No.
I mean,
I think that's the Scotch. That's the Scotch, probably to me. Is that kind of like honeysuckle?
yeah.
Not at all.
Just real honey.
Just real.
Yeah, like real honey.
honey.
Like
Honeycomb.
real. Yeah,
Literally
like
from the
honeycomb.
comb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like right out of the bee's taint.
Right out of the bear.
Yep.
You know.
BT.
Yeah, I mean, the nose is so fucking pleasant on it. But
Continue, Troy. We interrupted you.
That's okay. Yeah, I would like I said, put it on my Camelback.
This is a dream Camelback
Scenario.
for you.
Making Arnold Palmer.
ooh, dude, that would be good. Single malt and an Arnold Palmer. Whew. You're on a little fucking streak here, bud.
Hey, bud.
The Scotty Too Hotty Toddy. That's coming up. Put that on the fucking winter menu at the bar.
The 3-star Palmer.
The 3-star Arnie Palmy, dude. Or just call it the Mary Palmer and her 3 sisters instead of
Yeah,
5
3 stars,
sisters. Yeah, you get it. Anyway. All right, let's take a little
What's
break
your-
and then we'll get back.
You said just drinker. Sorry.
Just drinker.
Okay.
Yeah, let's take a little break, eat some crackers, and we'll come back here and we'll drink some more whiskey. Whiskey.
Cracker break. Cracker break. Welcome back from Cracker Break. Snapping. This Cracker Break is again brought to you by God dang Yeasty Boy Bread Company. Go find them at the Fort Wayne Farmers Market. It's actually inside now at Parkview Field. So if you're around, I think on Saturdays, go get some bread. Get
Go
some
spend
crackers.
4 hours there and then go see Troy the Body Viglotti upstairs
Yep.
at Connor's Rooftop Bar. Anyway,
Hey Troy. No, you got the last one. Anthony.
that is me.
What do boobs and toys have in common?
Oh, you play with them both.
They're originally made for kids, but daddies end up playing with them. All right. I'll leave joke. I promise.
I'm a butt guy.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're
We're
to
not
know.
having this conversation on here, right?
I don't think so.
I mean,
Anyway, moving on.
Troy, what's your sexual preference?
My God. Good God. Anyway, so continuing on with the Virginia tour. I actually have never tried this. Don't know really anything about them, but we, again, kind of like Smooth Ambler. We were driving by. We were actually on our way home from Virginia Distilling. We stopped at a super disappointing place called Silverback Distilling, which everyone's like, yep. They're like, it's gorilla themed.
What?
Yeah, it's gorilla themed. Silverback gorillas. They were like, you have to check out this gin. They make amazing gin. They make a honey rye. So it's super good. So I went in. I ordered the honey, sample of the honey rye and the gin. I took a sip of both. And I said, hey, you want to leave?
No.
It was so bad. So it was like if you made a gin, but you forgot to put any botanicals in it. And so you just had vodka.
So it's vodka.
Yeah. And then the honey rye was like if you took a low proof rye and then just dumped honey in it and served it. It was like, it was laughably bad. Sorry.
Kind of like the Garrison
if you're listening.
shit that we drank a couple episodes
which were
ago.
actually worse than that.
Wow.
Sorry if you're listening. Make better stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we were actually leaving there, a little bit of a disappointment, and we were driving by. We saw a sign for Raggged Branch, and we saw them at some of the stores, and we've heard good things about them. And we're like, insane. It's like 5 miles away, a Raggged Branch. Like, well, all right, let's check it out. So you drive in to this seemingly farm. I don't know. There's a bunch of cows, like beef cows. And you drive up this huge driveway, and you're on top of this gigantic hill overlooking cows. I think I could send you guys pictures. And there's just a huge.
Oh, that was a beautiful picture.
Oh my God! Like you're in a big valley full of mountains, and like.
Oh, that's
crap.
where that
was
where
Raggged
picture,
Branch.
Yeah, wow.
Holy crap!
Absolutely
that place
gorgeous.
is
Yeah,
absolutely gorgeous. Apparently started as like a restaurant, and they grew their own cows. They have their own cows. They butchered.
They grew their own cows.
You walk into like the bottle shop area, and it's whiskey and then a meat locker. It's just like it's crazy, and it's just a house. Like it's just a gigantic house that has like a converted kitchen, and like they have dogs. Like their dogs are walking around. It's like, man, this place is awesome.
That is kind of cool. Yeah.
So, because I like the place so much, I didn't try the whiskey. I didn't even get a cocktail. I was just like, I like this place enough where I'm going to try their whiskey. And so we have their signature bourbon, which is a bottled and bond version of that signature bourbon. And I'm really excited to try it. Because
You haven't tried any of it yet?
No. I haven't tried a single thing from
What
them.
did you do there?
Kate got a cocktail, and I bought bottles. And I
she sat on the deck, and you went and cleaned them out.
Well, I bought 2 bottles, but yeah. So literally, I went and bought bottles, and then we sat and met a couple from.
You didn't even have a drink there, Matt?
No, I was driving. So
okay.
I'd already been drinking all day. And so yeah, that was her second whiskey cocktail of the day. I'm proud of her. Congratulations.
She's coming a long way.
Yeah,
she's coming a
pretty
long
good.
way.
Yeah.
Kate, you're coming.
She hates whiskey. Take that. Say it. Don't. So it takes my wife's name out of your mouth.
Oh, yeah. I
know,
probably
it's
shouldn't
fine.
have said, Kate, you're coming.
I know, that's why it's kind of funny. It's like
I said coming.
it was a Will Smith. Anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I got a cocktail. It was super good. Gorgeous area. So I'm just, without further ado, let's just try this.
Yeah. You know what? Let Troy the Body of Aglotti bottle pop it, since we haven't done that in 8 or 9 episodes, and he cried about it on the Cracker Barrel.
Also, my favorite thing. This is going to be a
was
really
actually during the podcast.
This is a really silly thing, but they just have all their bottles out. You can pick whatever you want. And so I got to pick the bottle number I wanted.
Oh, that's cool.
So look at the bottle number, Trey.
It's bottle number 1234.
And then on the other one, I got 2, 3, 4, 5. That made me so happy. Silly thing. I was looking for 69, but it didn't exist. So, yep. That's the little things, Anthony. The little things. Oh, come on.
Felt like that was an Aflac commercial.
Aflac. So I think the guy is saying, so I got their weeded bottled and bond and then their signature. And it seemed to be like they're a 50-50 split of the employees who liked which one better. So we'll see.
What the I thought you were punishing me.
You called him an Aflac pour, so.
I didn't call him that. It was the sound the bottle made. That smells...
Like a cow pasture?
Smells crafty. It's got like that dust.
Yeah. And they were the one thing they did say when I was asking other bottles is they chose to go the route of not sourcing at all. So they said we're going to make whiskey, and then when it's ready, it's ready. We're not going to source. We're going to literally open a restaurant and sell beef until our whiskey's ready. So,
Do they don't have a mash bill in here, huh?
I don't think so. Could probably Google it.
Yeah, it's got that dufty. It's got that dusty craft distiller
It's
smell.
dark.
It is leathery, like cowboy leather.
But it's also almost like a bright, youthful leather, too, at the same
Yeah.
time. It's, like, interesting.
Polished leather.
Yeah, shoe polish.
It's very intriguing. It's not an ordinary smell.
Yeah.
But it's still very inviting.
It's already opening up a little bit, too. 'Cause all these are brand new, fresh cracks, so. All right, I'm just going to go for it.
Tastes like it smells. Got a little bit of a nice little bit of spice.
What nut is that?
I don't know, but I can like taste the milled grains. Like it's almost like
Super, like, transparent's a weird way of saying it, but, like, yeah, it's like they put the grains in a glass in a bottle.
Yeah.
And it tastes like.
and it's got that texture too. It
Tastes like a dusty grain.
yeah. It's like it tastes like if you strained something and then you like orgeat. If you're making orgeat and you strained it and you got all your orgeat and then you like took a little lick of like what was in the strainer just to like some of the almonds or whatever nut you're using. Like it's got that texture. There's a texture to this. It's weird.
It is. Yeah.
It's like a milled grain texture. It's actually really tasty. For being, I mean, you can definitely tell this is a small back hills fucking cow farm distillery.
Yeah.
But it's pretty damn tasty. Kind of reminds me of some of that French lick stuff.
Kinda.
Yeah. Like not the Matty Glatton, but the W Sinclair.
Mhm.
Kind of reminds me of that.
This is batch 5, I think it says. So they're still, I mean, relatively young in the game, for at least for this expression, at least.
When I sip it, I almost go to like chew afterwards. Like it just feels like it's clinging to my teeth.
It's
But
as
it's
far as
delicious.
mouthfeel, it's
The finish is great too.
yeah.
I'd say the finish is probably one of the only things that really like reminds me of bourbon. You know, really like the nose though. It's
I don't. Yeah.
it's out there.
It's unique. It's crafty.
Yeah,
Oh.
obviously a cool place.
It's if
I
you ever
dig
get a
it.
chance, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Mr. Body.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have I think maybe the mouthfeel thing is like that astringency that you get maybe from a non-chill filtered sort of a situation. Like that you just kind of taste the like the inside of the barrel.
Yeah.
Or the inside of, the shell of the peanut.
Shell of the barrel.
Let's add that to your dumbass shirt. That's actually time out. That's especially dumb because a barrel technically is a shell.
Yeah, I know.
Tell you what, at the bottom of the glass, it's definitely opening up as air hits it. It's just becoming more and more traditional brown sugar vanilla caramel.
It's the only whiskey I've finished all night.
I was literally was gonna say the same thing. I'm about to finish it.
Yeah.
And we did another episode where we did 6 whiskeys before.
It is intriguing enough, and like, yeah, it just keeps on asking you to come back for more. Like it's very appealing.
Very much enjoy it. That last sip's got some funk to it too, man. It kind of reminds me of a little bit of like a Noah's Mill type of deal.
I wonder if it's got. I'm probably wrong, but it probably has malt. Like, I think it's got like barley.
It definitely's got
part of the
a
mash bill?
yeah. I was looking on there. I think it's obviously rye, barley, and corn. I don't really think there's any wheat in that at all. But
We're probably totally wrong.
yeah, we probably are. Who cares? But
Whiskey.
the end, the The last little sip I had kind of reminds me of just like a Willet product a little bit. Which is funny because Willet has cats and these guys have dogs.
Cats, dogs.
Cats, dogs.
It's pronounced Wee.
Troy, just take like the last little spit that you have in your cup there and tell me that doesn't remind you of some sort of Willet.
So this says 68% corn, 16% rye, and 16% malted barley. So it's equal parts, but high barley and rye. I mean, not high, but, yeah.
You see what I mean, Troy?
I learned that 20 anything more than 20%
Considered high.
is considered high.
Yep.
That's good stuff. I'm glad we got to try that. I would definitely pick some of that up.
Yeah, we have the weeded one. I mean, we'll maybe do a later episode, but yeah, we have the wheat. This is their signature. We have the weeded one version of that. So
Cool.
Very curious. Yeah.
Respect.
Good job, Ragged Branch.
I'm excited for this next one because this is the
Yeah,
place?
okay. So yeah. So after since we're going on a linear timeline here. So after Ragged Branch, we got home, and then we go out. So actually, the people at Virginia Distilling, I was kind of asking for unique stuff around, like cool things to check out. And one of the ladies there said you have to go to Spirit Lab Distilling in Charlottesville. I was like, "What's that?" She's like, "All right, it's a little crazy, but it's a guy. It's like a single man operation in essentially like a warehouse who just does crazy experiments and just like is extremely passionate about single malt specifically, but also Amaro and brandy and all
That sounds fucking awesome.
And I was like, okay. She's like, don't worry. Like, you're gonna get there. You're gonna go in for a tasting, and he's gonna lead you wherever he wants to lead you. Like, he's just gonna go for it. He's gonna talk and just kind of talk about his passion about currently, and like just the tasting's gonna go all over the place. Like, just go for it. I'm like, that sounds amazing. So, this is all before getting locked out of my Airbnb. Different story for a different time. I had to break into a house. Amazing. We went to Spirit Lab Distilling. And it really was. We walked in. The address gives you address and says the Red Door.
What?
Like, what? So we get to this place, and it's just like a warehouse in like a bunch of like housing residential, and it's just a big bright red door in the middle of a warehouse. And you're like,
That's shady. Was there other people there?
Nope. I mean, so I called them and said, like their website's like we're open at 11, but Google says we're open at 1, and it was like noon. So I called him, and he's like, so yeah, I came in like an hour early today. Like, I'm not technically open, but like I'm here. So if you just want to come in, like just come on, stop by. Like, oh, I'd love to have you. I'm like, okay, cool,
Nice.
whatever. So we drove there. Like 5 minutes later, we were there. Walked in. He's like, you must be the people I called. Like, yeah. He's like, come on in. Like, sit down and have a good time. And he's like, all right, so want to do a tasting? I'm like, yeah, sure. What do you guys like? All right. Well, you're just in time. Like, and just like immediately started off like the most passionate dude I've ever seen about making spirits. He's like, you have to make like look at this, and he's like just taking brandy he finished out of the still or whatever, and it's like coming out. So he's gonna start dripping here in like a couple minutes. Like, just come here, and like he's like stick your hand under here, and like you get a brandy. He's like, you probably shouldn't drink it. It's like 80% alcohol right now, whatever it is. Like, just smell it and start rubbing it. It's like amazing smelling stuff. I'm like, okay, we're off to a good start here. It's like, all right, sit down. Like, let's get this done. Like, what are you into? Ask some questions. And so we sit down and. He just goes he's like 6 or 7 products, and just kind of goes off and just like does his thing. And I've never met anyone more passionate about.
You
spirits.
said his Amaro was like basically unattainable.
Yeah, so I was like, cool. Like after we did the tasting, I was like, all right, cool. Like, it's like anything else you want to try again or whatever. Like, well, do you have the Amaro? Because like I heard a lot about it. Like people are like raving about it. It's like, man, I got like a couple bottles left for me, and like I can't. It's not like they're like, I can't do that. I'm like, no worries. Like, yeah. So it got really popular. And because I had to like go to places to like to kind of pitch it, because I'm like, it's a 1-man operation. Him and his wife and his kid. And he's like, yeah. So like a bunch of Michelin star restaurants ended up buying all the bottles, and like,
wow,
yeah. So like they started making cocktails with it. So I don't have any left. I'm like, oh, he's like, yeah. I was making it with like crazy shit that like it was a pain in the ass to make. Like I'm never gonna do it again. But like it was out of this world so good. Like,
why is he never gonna do it again?
Because he was using a particular kind of orange that grows in like thorny bushes. I forget what it's called. And it's like, it doesn't actually have any fruit. It's all like skin, but like bartenders use it a lot because like the skin's super like unique.
You know anything about that, buddy?
I don't know. It was this whole like.
No, if I heard it maybe, but not.
I don't know, it's like thorny orange or whatever. I don't know. But
Thorange.
Thorange.
All right, so what are we drinking?
We're drinking one of his single malts. So he had 2 single malts, one Solera aged essentially, and just one regular one.
Is he aging them in there in the warehouse, or is he? Yeah.
So he literally has a still and like a bunch of barrels. We tried an apple brandy finished in hot sauce barrel. It was weird.
Was it good?
It was interesting. I liked it. Kate didn't, but like, he's like, I had a really shitty apple brandy, and I was like, I don't know what to do with it, so I got a hot sauce barrel, and I just like, I don't know, let's just put it in there and see what happens. It's just like, he's just going off, man. He has like a coffee whiskey. He has the Old Tom gin that I brought. I don't know. I liked it. He was just like one of those guys. He's an ex New Yorker. I'll grab the bottle. He's an ex New Yorker who literally moved to Charlottesville without a job or anything lined up. He's like, he visited there and he loved it so much that he just moved. Him and his family just moved there
and rented a warehouse.
And he was in the spirits business for a while before. He thought about going to like med school. He's like, nah, I'm just gonna make spirits. I love spirits so much. I don't know. If you're ever in the area, and I'm probably not even doing him justice because one of the most interesting people I think I've ever met.
You gonna mic that up?
He just didn't care. It's a wax.
Yeah, I need a knife or something.
A knife? A knife? You can twist it. You can't twist it? I can twist it.
Yeah, you give it a shot.
All right. There you go. It's open.
Thanks.
Welcome. But yeah, anyway.
I want to hear it.
Oh, little baby. It's a 375. There's a lot of 375s. So
it was a little like
I bought
like someone just gave you a wet kiss.
I bought a shirt from him.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully the whiskey holds up. I was just kind of in one of those like, I love this place and this guy so much that I'm just gonna buy it even if I don't like it.
So what did you try there?
So we tried both of these we tried both single malts. We tried a coffee liqueur. We tried the old Tom gin. We tried the hot sauce brandy. We tried a different brandy off the still. A bunch of stuff. Yeah.
I got to try.
So he literally said to me, he's like, bourbon's great. It's good for like hanging out and whatever, but like Scotch whiskey or single malt is the perfected spirit. He's like, there's nothing better than single malt. That's what I make. I was like, all right.
I mean, it smells. Ooh.
All of his spirits were super unique. Like they're just like.
That's the most unique smelling single malt I've ever smelt.
Mm-hmm.
It smells like single malt, but then there's like a almost like a grapefruit thing going on at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Or I lost it.
It is like
kind of reminds me of a
pithy.
It smells great.
Yeah. It's very citrus forward for a single malt. So you don't get a lot of that.
Nope, it's grapefruit.
Yeah.
Almost
tastes like a grapefruit brandy kind of.
That is fucking delicious. It's a single malt that it's like one of those grapefruit cough drops that has like the holes in it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, the other one. Sorry, I just remembered. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. An IPA, an aged IPA, which is weird.
What's the proof on this?
60.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, 57 and a half, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely hot, but like getting that more on the nose, and then the way it made me feel the second I swallowed.
Yep.
It does not taste overbearingly hot, but it's got this great citrus thing going on, which is extremely interesting for and it's not like a lemon or orange or a lime type of citrus. It's fucking. I mean, I believe it's grapefruit.
Grapefruit, like blood orange, maybe.
Yeah, maybe something like that. But
yeah.
Do you get that, Troy? Or am I losing my mind?
I get a lot of fruit, but I wouldn't just say it's only grapefruit. That's for sure. It's all over the place.
Cardamom.
Did cardamom?
Cardamom. Right on the taint.
This is interesting.
Oh man, it's so interesting.
It's kind of like all of the stuff.
I'm having a fucking blast with this right now.
It's kind of all of the stuff is like this. It's just like, what am I drinking right now? This is just like, I don't know how to describe it. It's insane. Like
there's this place when we go up to Northern Bay, and Northern Bay is in back alley towns of Wisconsin in a place called Arkdale. It's about 30 minutes north of the Wisconsin Dells if you're from up there. But there's this bar on the side of the road that is in this guy's trailer. It's called Garage Bar. And it's got a sign written in cardboard on the side that says Garage Bar. Then you look and like there's a Budweiser sign. Like this just kind of reminds me of something that you would find at like a place like that. You know what I mean? Just some weird fucking moonshine in the hills somewhere that's super interesting and yet super tastefully done too. You can tell the guy has a lot of passion in this. It doesn't suck at all.
It's very interesting. I told him like the second you release your Amaro, like second batch, you have to send it to, like you have to like tell me because I will buy it. Yeah.
What is that?
Don't know. Papaya? I don't know. Like
It's very tropical.
yeah.
It is tropical. It's not mango. It's not Redbreast 27.
Do you get any chocolate at all?
Chocolate? No.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean you can't.
I would have to fight to find.
No, that's
it.
what I was asking because I know a lot of single malt we get chocolate.
It just reminds me of vitamin C.
Is
Like,
this the Redbreast 27 of single malt?
I mean, maybe. It's like a vitamin C shot mixed with whiskey.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I really do dig it. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
I don't really know if I would ever sit down and do pour after pour of it, but I think the nose is super inviting, super interesting. It's got that mellow undertones of honey and barley that you would get especially in an American single malt. But it's thick, and then you get it in there, and it's just bright and expressive and tropical. Obviously, the barley is underlying and bolding that all out. It's not thin at all. The finish is great. I'm going to call it a thinker drinker.
I think I'm just going to agree with you. I was going to go drinker thinker, but I think it's actually more of a thinker than a drinker.
Second whiskey I finished tonight, by the way.
Yeah.
Absolutely delicious.
I don't know. I'm trying to take the story and how much I enjoyed my experience there out of it. It's hard to do.
I was, when you were saying that, it's like Matt obviously had a good time at this place, so he's probably going to be a little conflicted on
It's tough.
And being there, and that guy obviously knowing how to sell his product through his passion is one thing, but that shit tastes good.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you to try the other single malt and the gin. Outstanding. But yeah, I'm gonna go thinker drinker as well. I just can't speak more highly of just the place. So
Awesome. I'm calling it a thinker.
Were you not overly enthused, or
Love it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just I could think about it for a while, but it's I don't know. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, it's super complex.
Yeah.
yeah,
Thinker straight up. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Sounds
Like you had a good
Spirit
time
Lab
down there,
Distilling.
man. It's not, just another place in America. I mean, obviously, I think they have a lot of single malt vibes going on down there. Obviously, from what we tasted, but the bourbon was good.
Yeah.
Smooth Ambler was cool. I'm glad we got our hands on some of that. I was actually offered some at Benny's a few months back, but it was literally still on the palate, and I would have to wait, and we had a tea time. So
yeah, I'd be curious. Like I said, I got a few other ones like the contradiction ones, like their blended stuff, and I'd be willing to at least try more of their stuff. I think
I'd be curious to get, especially if we got Virginia Distilling on here. I'd be curious to see how the climate down there and the hills and the elevation and all that kind of affects aging and things like that.
Yeah, that was one thing they were talking about. Is just like they have an open air warehouse or a rick house. So they don't do any climate control or anything.
Yep.
And so they're just like it'll be 30 in the morning and be 70 in the middle of the day. So like they think the longest one they have, like their normal product, I think it's like 6-ish years. They're like we're trying to experiment to 10. We don't know if it's going to make it. Like just we get drastic swings and the climate's kind of like Indiana, like Fort Wayne. We get that. So
yeah, where we had 3 inches of snow 2 days ago, and then
it's 80 degrees.
It's 80 degrees. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
All right, well, that was fun, Matt. I'm glad you brought the stuff. I'm glad you had a good time down there.
I had a great time.
Yeah.
I will say I had a better time than I was expecting. Maybe I'll tell a story about getting locked out of my Airbnb and breaking into a house later, next couple episodes. But overall, great time, great whiskey, and thank you for indulging me along my journey.
No, all good ports. Two 2 back-to-back Mattisodes that were successful. So, what do we got coming up? I think we're going to get into, speaking of Elmer T. Lee, I think we're going to get into Mash Bill 2 of some Buffalo Trace stuff, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. And maybe we'll do some gobble gobbles.
Yeah, I think Gobble Gobble's coming. I got a craving for the turkey. And we got a couple unique turkey bottles that I definitely want to try on air. Because I'm not going to be able to keep them closed much longer. But
I'll say we're going to have to leave them unopened until then. See if we can.
I was hoping to open that Master's Keep right after we turn this off. So
we'll see.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. I know we got off to a little bit of a feisty start tonight. My apologies. My Conor McGregor was coming out from drinking Irish whiskey on the last episode. We filmed these back to back. So appreciate you all. Keep doing what you're doing. Like, subscribe, share. Comment, DM us, submit jokes, buy shit on our website. Maybe we'll have a Black Friday sale.
We will have a very special holiday thing. I'm almost finished assembling.
And
them.
we've been talking about doing this big giveaway. We will do it eventually. We'll just keep leaving you broken, empty promises.
No, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
For sure.
But Matt traded away the bottle.
Didn't.
You're not doing it?
I'll talk about.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
But yeah, coming up, Buffalo Trace, gobble gobble. And until next time, Matt, lead us out. I want a Virginia style yodel.
Yodel-I, yodel-I, yodel-I.
Yodel-I, yodel-I.